Again. My name is Phil,
I'm Julian.
and we're both friends from Manchester, England, and we're both just going to document our passive income journey. So we're just going to put it in YouTube and just speak our minds, just going to be totally transparent. So we'll talk a little bit more about our personal stories. So do you want to start with you?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So tell us, how did you get started into the online business world?
The online game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, basically, I think we went on holiday, didn't we, to Thailand must have been about 3.5 years ago, something like that. And it was a really awesome time. And when we got back, I don't know about you, I had like the worst holiday blues ever.
Yeah.
Back to England, it was like pissing it down.
Yeah.
It's really rainy. It's really cold.
Yeah.
And
that just gives you the motivation, huh?
Yeah, that was like the motivation to start traveling. And I think I was reading Tim Ferriss at the time. Like, I think everyone starts off with
the
that book.
4-hour work week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, I started working on Fiverr.
So you had a job. What happened there? So
I had a full-time job. I was actually working in sales and recruitment.
Mm-hmm. It's like commissions and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. It was pretty high pressure as well, and it was a total nightmare, to be honest.
Yeah.
I remember, in fact, it was it lacked so much security, that job. Like you'd walk in each week and you didn't know if you had a job again.
Yeah.
People would start every single week at this corporate job.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where you just wouldn't introduce yourself because most of them are going to be gone by the end of the month.
Yeah.
So it was pretty brutal.
So it was a bit volatile kind of work
environment.
environment.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it didn't have much security.
Yeah.
So I know we said, didn't we, after the holiday in Thailand, we said, right, within a year, we want to be on the road, working online, traveling the world, and doing what we want to do. So that happened, but basically I started off working on Fiverr, doing like marketing plans.
Fiverr.com.
Fiverr.com, yeah. And,
it's a freelance website for small projects, in case you didn't know. What happened with Fiverr then?
Yeah, so basically with Fiverr, I was creating marketing plans on there and business plans for people. But the problem is it wasn't very passive. So I was working like crazy hours for not that much money back then. I was kind of new to the game, so I didn't really understand the value of time.
Yeah. Well, at the time, you just wanted the freedom was like the first thing. So we forget about passive income for the time being. You just wanted to get paid on the internet.
Yeah, that's it.
So you can be anywhere in the world and stuff and do the whole...
Yeah, for me, I didn't mind working like a lot of hours every week.
Yeah.
Just have that freedom to have to quit my job and travel the world. So, it was pretty cool by then.
We were on vacation in Thailand and you didn't come back, did you? You just stayed there pretty much.
Yeah, we went, we booked another flight, didn't we, in January. And within those 6 months between the summer and January, I was making enough on Fiverr to be able to live in Chiang Mai. So it's still cheap out there.
Yeah, Chiang Mai was like $700 to live or something like that. Pretty cheap.
I mean, if I've seen videos on YouTube of people living off like $400 a month there.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy. If you live Thai, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not that you'd want to.
Yeah.
It's
definitely the place to be if you're just getting started and you just keep your expenses low. That's where everybody kind of goes right now.
Yeah, I think so. I think you wouldn't want to live there for the rest of your life, but it's just a really good starting point if you start your journey online, basically. So and then basically I switched my Fiverr account to passive income. So I started selling ebooks on there instead of selling marketing plans and stuff that took up my time. So
you're doing most of the work. People were contacting you, you're doing most of the work, but now you've just changed it to ebooks.
Yeah,
so it's
just switched.
Copy and paste kind of stuff now.
Yeah, just copy and paste, send them the link, boom, it's done. And I mean, I think I've got almost like 1,500 reviews on there now, so it's a pretty strong profile.
Yeah.
But then I also did stuff like copywriting on Upwork, which was...
You didn't want to be too fixated on one income. You don't want to be too reliant on Fiverr.
I think it's important to diversify. Whatever business you have, there's always a threat to it, a risk.
I want to have 5 different incomes.
Yeah,
sure.
So
if something happens to one, you got the others to make up for it.
And it's a compound interest, isn't it? They all seem to grow exponentially over time if you keep getting better at them. So so I was copywriting on Upwork, and these days I have a link building business on there for SEO, and that's semi-passive. I mean, it only takes like an hour a day to manage that account, and if you've got like 5 clients that are paying you $1,000 a month for that, it's pretty good money for the time that you spend on it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much my journey so
your
far.
Story.
I mean,
and you've been doing this like the travel around stuff now for how long? You've been doing it much longer than me.
Yeah, I think about 2.5 years, maybe going on 3 years now. So it's been a long time. Yeah. So I've been all over, like Chiang Mai, Bali. I mean, we're in Mexico right now.
Yeah, we're in Playa del Carmen, which is it's really nice. It's not the most cheapest place, but it's nice. Somewhere different in Thailand and stuff.
For sure. And the lifestyle is just incredible here.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And the food.
Yeah, food's good. Weather's good.
You're doing I'm doing keto now, but
you're doing keto stuff, so he's kind of limited now.
But it was good before I sort of trapped myself in the keto cycle.
Yeah, and we're going to go to Colombia next week. In about 10 days, we're going to go to Bogota together, so we'll do that. Anyway, should we go to my story?
Yeah, for sure.
So my story is I kind of discovered this whole get paid online stuff. I kind of stumbled across Johnny FD kind of stuff, and I just kind of got lost into that. Started doing the drop shipping courses and stuff like that, and I made a little bit of money, but I wasn't making an income. It wasn't reliable. So honestly, I failed a lot for a few years. Just shiny objects, new projects. Yeah, it's just with Chiang Mai as well. You get all the people doing all sorts of different things and so many.
I think like
shiny objects.
Before you start traveling, you've got like the shiny object syndrome, but you stick to one and you make it work.
Yeah.
And then you get to Chiang Mai, and you meet about 100 people doing 100 different things.
Yeah.
And it's like it's even worse. It's even more tempting, isn't it?
And half of them are bullshit information as well. So like, we're just on vacation, aren't we? We're just living on their savings.
Yeah, you have to be careful, don't you? Like,
yeah. Like, don't think emotionally. Just be logical about it. If you want to get into a project, take your time, sleep on it and stuff. Don't just go straight into a new business model. And if you do 6 things at once, you're not going to get anything done.
And they always say like the most successful people, they make a decision really quickly, but then they just stick to it long term. Right? That's the best way to do it. 100%
focus and stuff. So I was just dabbling around business models. So I got into drop shipping with wholesale. I got into FBA, Amazon FBA. I broke even with that, so I wouldn't say a success. I got into Kindle KDP Publishing.
Yeah, I'm trying to bear that too, actually. Yeah.
That's a bit of a crazy business model, and I started to have some success with it, and I started to do some stuff I shouldn't be doing.
You're a naughty boy, Phil.
Yeah, and then I quit my job thinking I was, the Kindle was going to pay for my income, but then Amazon found some bad stuff out about my accounts, and they terminated the account and kept the money. And then I was stuck without a job, so I had no choice but to focus on something. So
don't you find like as well, like when you're first getting started online, like you're so tempted to take shortcuts and do like the black hat method, and like
you think you're smarter than everyone else, but then you realize just play it safe, and in 10 years time you could still have it.
That's the thing, you want to be sustainable, don't
so
you?
It could be sustainable for a long run. So I've learned my lesson from that. And then I stumbled into Merch by Amazon, and I got into that quite early. And I got into Merch by Amazon in the first 7 days of it being launched, and then I wasn't a believer of the model yet. And one of my biggest regrets is not focusing on Merch by Amazon, because I put it off for about a year, and then I've got like friends that earning a lot of money from Merch by Amazon because they got in at the start. It's the same thing with FBA. I had the opportunity to do FBA when it was just launched. The business model, everybody was going crazy. It was like a gold mine. Everybody's going crazy with it, and I was thinking, I'm just going to be doing all this other stuff. And then I got into FBA when things started to change. The review system started to change, and it was just much harder to make money than it was like a year ago when I had the opportunity to do it.
But it's like all of these things. You've got to get in early, right? Like it's all about timing.
Yeah. I think especially when making money online, if you can get into a business model early, like you can make it big. There's another one, drop shipping with AliExpress, and it was like a free shipping thing. That was a gold mine once, but now if you just go to Google search results, there's like 30 pages of people making like video courses. on the subject. Nobody, I don't think anybody's kind of making money from it. And you got to spend a lot of money on Facebook ads. And all these people are having success with it. They've already got their matured Facebook ads, so they're proven winners. Whereas it's expensive to find a winning ad, basically, and those people can reuse it over and over.
And the other thing is, well, like these guys they've already got a process in place. They've got a team in place. They're smarter.
I mean, we know about Facebook ads. That in itself is a skill. That doesn't matter what business you're in. If you've got a Facebook ad, you can make something work. But I'm just not much of an analytical person. Comparing clicks and all that stuff. Anyway, so I started to do merch by Amazon, and I started to just really focus. It's not as and it's getting more and more saturated these days, so it's getting harder and harder. So I'm trying to diversify my income. So I'm doing stuff that's similar to I'm doing stuff on Fiverr as well, on Upwork, just kind of diversify my income. But that's it's taking a lot of my time as well. So we're basically this video. We're gonna we found a new business model. It's kind of similar to the Kindle stuff, but it's something to do with audiobooks. So it's gonna be, our goal is like passive income, like true passive income. So
we want to hear that 6-figure income, don't we?
Yeah, we're gonna do 10 grand each at first, 20 grand milestone. We're partners 50%, and we're gonna go for this new business model, which we feel is a gold mine right now. It's basically making ebooks. It's the same as Kindle, but instead of making sales on Amazon, you're making sales on audible.com. So we're going to do this project, and we're going to focus on it, and we're just going to be transparent with you guys and just show you.
Yeah, you can basically follow our journey along the way as we learn more about audiobooks and put it into practice and show you how
we'll be honest. We're starting out right now, so we're no experts right now. Maybe we'll be experts in a year's time, but we're just going to document our journey, and we'll send you proof of our ACX, our dashboards and stuff.
Yeah, we'll do some screencasts.
We're zero right now. We'll do some on-screen shares.
And we'll talk about some really useful tips for audiobooks that we learn along the way. And some of the knowledge we get.
Because I got knowledge from the Kindle business world, and I do a bit of graphic design because I'm merged by Amazon as well. And you're good at copywriting and words and stuff, so it's quite a good business model for our situation, because we both got the skills that can really synergize. So we think we'll do really well with this business. So if you want to follow us in this journey, just don't forget to subscribe, and just check out our videos and click subscribe or whatever.
So, cheers for watching. Thank you.